Es el 1 de enero de 1985. En las primeras horas del nuevo año, la ciudad permanece en silencio, pero nadie imagina la tragedia que se... Tanya Ethridge McKinley, de 23 años, salía por primera vez en mucho tiempo. Había atravesado momentos difíciles y se convirtió en madre a una edad temprana. Aquella noche, celebró el Año Nuevo en Darrell's Bar and Grill. Su hijo Timothy la esperaba en casa. Rió con sus amigos, bromeó con la música. Unas pocas horas robadas de libertad. Alrededor de la 1:30 de la madrugada, Tanya sería vista con vida por última vez, en las primeras horas de la mañana. La euforia del Año Nuevo cede su lugar al miedo a pocas calles de distancia. Una familia que intenta llevar a su perro enfermo al veterinario se detiene horrorizada en la esquina de Peacock Drive y Creighton Road. Pronto se sabrá que la joven semidesnuda e inmóvil al borde del camino es Tanya McKinley. Su cuerpo presenta señales de estrangulamiento, un golpe mortal en la cabeza y pistas de una agresión sexual. Su cinturón, su bolso y una toalla ensangrentada aparecen esparcidos alrededor. Un final espantoso. La policía actuó sin perder tiempo. Interrogaron a las amigas más cercanas de Tanya, a su familia y a su pareja. El primer sospechoso fue su expareja, Tim Davidson. Tim tenía un pasado problemático. Había perdido a su madre siendo niño y había llevado una vida dura. Pero el ADN no coincidía. La investigación se estancó. Cada año, un nuevo vídeo del caso. Cada año, una nueva esperanza. Una nueva decepción. El hijo de 18 meses de Tanya, Timothy, quedó huérfano. Nada podrá devolverme a mi madre, diría años después. Su hermana, Renée, abrió una página en Facebook, Justicia para Tanya. El caso se enfrió. Los sospechosos se agotaron, pero la familia nunca perdió la esperanza. Los recuerdos de Tanya se dispersaron por todo Pensacola. Pasaron 35 años. La policía reabrió los expedientes del caso con una nueva esperanza. La tecnología de genealogía genética estaba revolucionando el mundo científico. La policía llegó a un acuerdo con la empresa Parabon Nanolabs. Tenían en su poder semen, cabellos y una toalla recogidos en la escena del crimen años atrás. La compañía identificó parientes lejanos en una base de datos de ADN genealógico de acceso abierto. Con pequeñas pistas, se empezó a trazar el árbol familiar desde los primos, y al llegar a la familia Wells, el cerco se cerró rápidamente. La policía siguió al sospechoso Daniel Wells durante días. Esperaron pacientemente el momento adecuado para reunir todas las pruebas. Y finalmente, una mañana Daniel arrojó una colilla de cigarrillo al suelo. La policía envió de inmediato la evidencia al laboratorio para un análisis de ADN. El resultado fue asombrosamente claro. Una probabilidad de 1 en 700 millones. El ADN hallado en la escena del crimen y el del cigarrillo de Wells coincidían por completo. El 18 de marzo de 2020, Daniel Wells fue detenido por la policía de Pensacola. ¿Podría acompañarnos para hacerle algunas preguntas, señor Wells? Al principio, Daniel negó todo. Dijo no recordar esa noche y afirmó no conocer a Tanya. Sin embargo, la policía utilizó hábilmente la combinación de lógica y emoción para quebrar su defensa. Finalmente, confesó que después de salir del bar, fueron juntos a su casa, que surgió una discusión y los hechos se salieron de control, que primero la golpeó, luego la estranguló e intentó abusar sexualmente de su cuerpo sin vida. Cada detalle fue, como se había esperado durante años, traumático.
in the mid-'80s. Did you know a girl named Tanya McKinley?
Tanya McKinley, no.
Who was on Milton High School?
Tanya McKinley? I knew a Tanya,
Or Tanya Ethridge?
no. No, I don't know her.
Do you remember her if you knew her? I mean, like if it was somebody you dated in high school,
No, I don't.
you'd remember that, right? Okay.
Only Tanya I knew was Tanya Lynn. I went to school with.
Yeah. Or she probably would have been like a year ahead of you in school.
I don't know. The name doesn't ring a bell. No.
I mean, that's kind of who we're here talking about. And it's going to be kind of strange if you don't know her at all.
No, I don't. I don't know her at all.
Would it surprise you if in 1985, were you in Collier County and got arrested for driving with suspended driver's license down there by Naples?
I was working.
You're working down there?
And yeah, I remember that.
Remember
That's
that?
the only time that's the only time I got a ticket or anything.
Just all the time you got in
I
trouble?
think so.
On New Year's Eve, going from 1984 to 1985, remember what you were doing that night?
No.
What would you normally have done on the New Year's Eve during that time frame?
Maybe go out to Kevin's Little Playa or something like that on the beach, or
Like to go out to the beach?
to go.
So where do you normally hang out at? What bars? I mean, you worked for Chan's,
Right.
but you did culinary. Would you ever go to the bars?
Not very
On
often.
Gregory or on Davis?
Not downtown. No.
If you went out, you would go to
Usually the beach. That's where I'd be.
With Dan's, there was the one
Daryl's.
hotel in Daryl's,
there's one.
but they were all kind of on the backside of University Mall back then. There's three there.
You remember a third one back there? You remember Daryl's and Shan's?
I don't remember Daryl's.
You don't remember Daryl's? They're in the very back
I
there.
remember Bennigan's.
Bennigan's is the other place that's back there. What can you picture yourself back then doing as a thing? Hanging out with friends, going to somebody's house, going
A
out.
group of people, yeah. I was never alone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So is anything that's talking about, old times and stuff, does that jog your memory about Elmcrest? About a house on Elmcrest?
No. Once I rented a place with, I'm just trying to think. I don't know where Elmcrest is.
When you would go out
I rent a
on
house.
New Year's Eve,
Yeah.
because you're a young guy, would you be out like looking for anybody, like company, a woman, or anything like that?
No. Usually I was with a group of friends
Never
or whatever.
ever get lucky?
Yeah, I get lucky. Oh man. Yeah, back in those days.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was usually out like
Were you adverse to like one night stands?
occasionally. Yeah.
Because
But normally you'd meet somebody and get to know them.
most guys are not adverse that if you're at a bar and you strike a conversation with a girl and
Right.
she's willing, you're not going to turn it down.
Right. Yeah.
Girls might, but guys usually don't. And so.
Yeah, I had a few one night stands. It's Halloween. I can remember. That was out at Kevin's Little Playa. Because we used to, you could rent hotel rooms for winter rates or whatever. And I was working. I guess I was working out at Woodcraft there too.
Right, so that'll put you closer to that.
For a week or two, with a couple friends, we'd go to a place or whatever.
Still don't remember Elmcrest.
I don't remember the address. Doesn't sound familiar. I mean, the name.
I guess you've gone out.
I don't know her.
Don't know her at all.
No, I've
You
never
never
seen
had
her
contact
before.
with
Never.
Any idea what we're talking about yet?
No, I don't. I don't know what. I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
All right, let's cut the chase. So that young lady that showed you a picture of,
Right.
New Year's Eve 1984 going 1985. January 1st, early morning 1985.
Okay.
Was found dead on the side of a road. And I have the evidence that you're the one that's there.
Oh,
I have irrefutable evidence that you're there. I'm not doing all this on a guess.
I hear you,
not
but
doing all
I
this
don't know.
on a hunch. Dan,
Yeah,
telling you, you were there.
I wasn't there.
The kind of crime shows or just news stories about crime or stuff like that.
Cold case files, anything like that.
No.
Do you know about DNA?
Yeah.
DNA is actually just as positive, but not more positive fingerprints.
Right.
So I can prove to literally 1 in 700 billion chances you were there. That's where we're at. I'm not asking you.
Right.
Okay? We're not asking you if you're there. Honestly.
It doesn't, I mean,
Yeah,
it's been a one-night
35
thing.
years.
Yeah.
It's been 35 years. This is the first time you've probably talked to the police about this. I'm sure of that.
Yeah.
Right? Have you noticed anything unusual for the last couple of weeks?
No.
Nobody around you looked unusual, seen a bunch of police cars for no reason? Nothing
No.
like that?
Felt like somebody was following you.
No.
No, what happened?
The thing is that your DNA is at this site, right? On this person.
It is nobody else's except yours. There's no other explanation. Right? It can't be a possibility of somebody else's DNA. Your DNA is at this scene.
Dan, I get this is your life. This is probably freaking you out a little bit, right? But listen to me. There's a story here, right? And either you can choose to give that story about what happened, the chain of events that led to what ultimately happened as to why we're here, and you have a part to play in that. If you don't, it starts to look pretty bad as to why you're not explaining it.
I don't
Do you understand what I'm saying?
understand. I mean, I have never hurt anybody in my life. That's what's, I mean, I've had one-night stands and stuff before, but it's like,
Have you had a one-night stand with her before?
no, I don't know her. I'm telling you, I cannot recognize her. I don't know the name.
Dan,
It's like you went back to school days. I
the
don't know
only
anybody.
reason you're not telling us that you know who she is because you're afraid that somehow we'll find out that you're responsible for her death. We already know that you are.
That's
No
what I'm trying to
way,
explain
man.
to you.
I hear
Listen, just listen, right? This has been 35 years ago, right? This has been 35 years that you haven't had to face this, right? And all of a sudden, one day you're at work, you run your work day, everything's fine, you're on your way home, all of a sudden you get pulled over an hour later in this room and we're telling you this. It's a shock. And totally normal human behavior to be defensive about it. Nobody wants to admit, much like you sat there for a while and didn't want to admit that you had exposed yourself and masturbated women. We had to go through this whole process where you're like, nope, oh, well, yeah. Well, I did a little bit while I was peeing. And she said something, then I said something. That was it. Oh, wait, no, there was another time. We went through that whole process with you, right?
Right.
We're starting it over again. But we're going to end up in the same place because we're not here by accident. I'm being honest with you. I don't really picture. This was not gentle. This is not an accident. And if you're going to let the evidence tell a story, it paints a very ugly picture. Your opportunity is to soften that because we understand there are other dynamics that go on. We're open to the fact because we've heard it time and time again. We don't go into anything with a closed mind because there's been too many times we go in thinking one thing and we walk out thinking something totally different because then we hear the other side of the story. That's how we operate from experience. I'll be honest with you, right? That's all I can do with you. We're following you. Because we need DNA, right? So we have DNA from the scene. Week and a half, 2 weeks ago now, on your way into work, you threw a cigarette butt out the window.
There's a way, actually, you're on your way up to a shop, I believe, on Halifax, and you're driving from the shop up Pace, and there may have been a police car behind you. And then all of a sudden, that police car stops and blocks all traffic right behind you. Remember seeing that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what you did just before that? You threw your cigarette butt out the window. And I was in that police car.
And there's 2 FDLE agents right behind you.
And we picked up that cigarette butt, and we submitted, and it came back as a match. So we know that you were at the scene. That's not a debatable fact.
I'm just,
Yeah, you're blown away.
it's just, I don't know if someone I had sex with or what, but I have never heard anybody. It's what I'm saying. It's blowing me away.
There's a couple different ways to look at it, and the thing is, this.
1995, I mean, you
Oh, I lived here, yeah.
right?
Right.
This was a pretty big deal back then. Didn't take a lot. It's on the news.
I don't remember it.
So how
I'm just,
how can your DNA end up with her?
unless we had sex, that's the only reason. I don't
I'm
know.
not asking unless. I'm not asking you to theorize. I'm asking
Right.
you to tell me because you're there. How did your DNA end
And
up
it
with
was
this?
her. I was with her, I guess.
I want,
I was with her.
I guess, and I'm not trying to.
But I don't remember her. I don't remember the name, the face means, I don't remember her.
Yeah.
But if you're drinking and out partying or something like that, I mean, it happened pretty regularly.
So, would you think, like we talked about earlier, that there's after 35 years, there's lots of things that are kind of vague in memories, except for the specific life events,
Yeah.
like in 1986, right? 1985, excuse me, when the space shuttle blew up. I know exactly where I was standing when I heard it, because that's a significant event in my life, right?
Right.
So you get significant events in your life that you remember exactly where you were,
Right.
what you were doing when they happened. Don't you think that if you had sex with a girl, you were out partying New Year's Eve, you met a girl, you picked her up, you were in the car, right? You had sex with her, and then the next morning on the news, you find out she's dead. You'd remember that.
I would, yeah. Yeah, I would remember it.
So that's the most.
But I mean, I don't know. It's like, I don't know.
That's the most innocent scenario I can give you.
Right. I don't know.
Do you think there was a time that you were? I mean, back then, were you drinking so much that you
No,
had?
I
a
would
hard time?
remember. I don't forget. I mean, I've got a good memory.
Right. So you remember if you had sex with a girl and the next day she was on newspaper dead, even if you didn't know who she was. You'd remember the next day when they put her picture in the paper 2 days later. Oh my God, I was just having sex with her 2 nights ago on New Year's Eve.
I guess I would remember if I'd seen it.
I'm just trying to throw some logical stuff there, Dan. I'm trying to help you out here because I'm telling you, the picture that this evidence paints is not one that you want to go out there without an explanation. There's room there to mitigate some of that evidence. For now. Stay in contact with him.
All the time.
Very good. That's hard to do sometimes. I got a son that's in the Air Force. Spent 2 years in Japan. Now he's in Biloxi, which is just 2.5 hours down the road. We have a good relationship, but we might not talk for 2 months. Right? There's times he does it. We're like, hey, you're just a couple hours down the road. Are you going to come by and visit sometime? Because it's easy to lose that when there's a distance. But you and Morgan still have a good relationship.
Yes. A great relationship.
Can you ever come here and visit? When was the last time you came here and visited?
About a year ago.
Did you ever go out there and visit?
He hasn't been there since he's been there. He lived there from Kansas City, and
Does his mom live out there?
she moved out there. Yeah.
Okay.
She moved from Kansas City.
So we're not really talking so much. You haven't had a great relationship with your sisters for the last several years. Your mom and dad have passed. You got an ex-wife. Do you have a relationship with her? Or is it just like,
She calls.
does she call you? Is it about Morgan or is it just?
Yeah. Well, I talked to her. We've got a great relationship with his mother. My second wife, she would call,
That's good though.
check
I mean,
on me, see how I'm doing.
that's good. That's healthy. That's probably helped keep you level these last several years, right? That you and her can have relationships so Morgan can grow up and not feel some of the same things that you kind of mentioned about your
I've
parents.
always had a
kids,
good
whatever.
relationship with my ex-wife,
Okay.
with his mother, and even my second wife. You know,
So, what I don't think, and only knowing you is the last hour or so that we have spent in here, right? I haven't known you before this. But you don't seem like a cold-hearted person.
I'm not. I mean, I don't.
So I would think it appears to me that you care what people think about you.
Yeah.
That's why you're embarrassed about
no,
me.
not really.
I mean, to a certain extent. I mean, I think we're all like, I'm not going to change who I am to satisfy people. But your image to Morgan, especially what you do, how you look to Morgan is important because you're a good father, right? And you want to be a good father to him so that he grows up and is a better person than you are.
Right.
I think that's all our goals as parents. My kids, I want them to grow up be a better person than I am. And I'm sure that's what you want to feel like. You're the type of person that would want that from Morgan.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm telling you, very near future, right? When the story comes out and the details of this come out, if it goes out without an explanation of what happened, right? Your story of what happened, it is going to be clear to Morgan that you're responsible. And without an explanation on how it got to that point, he is going to be left to fill in those blanks just like we are. Something.
I was with her and stuff, but I didn't give her a ride home. And there was a group of us. Oh, God. Because I guess she lived over in San Jose County or something. But Bobby Hicks and a guy named Ralph James, they were with me. There was a group of people I went to school with that were there, and we did have sex in the parking lot. Other than that, well, no, actually, it was at the house, I guess too. That's where John Pendergast lived.
Is that the house on Hillcrest?
I guess, yeah, that must have been. You know,
So
that's
you were
the
living there?
address. I don't recall, but I would stay with him every now and then.
Was he out with you that night?
No, he wasn't. Those are the guys. They were. And came by the house, and but they left, and she wanted a ride home, and we went by my house, and we had a few drinks and stuff, and it just escalated from that. She hit her in the head, and it knocked her out, and it was a traumatic blow, and it killed her.
What happened that made it get out of control?
I think we just got kind of an argument over something. I can't remember what it was.
Was it about having sex?
No, she was willing to.
Was
But then Ralph and those guys, they stopped by for a while, and they left. And
Were you having sex with her?
I had
Sexually?
before, yeah.
And
we
then
had
she
before.
tried to withdraw it, and that's what led to it? So, like, in the middle of it, did she want to stop?
We had consensual sex and stuff, and then I just.
What happened that made things?
Was it something she said?
I don't know.
I mean, can we be real here? Did she like comment on your sexual performance or something?
No.
Was it
It was
good?
just, it was, yeah, it was, but it was
Did you want to leave and you didn't want to leave yet?
something like that. I don't remember.
And here we go again. Well,
Yeah.
we're trying to give
Trying
you
to
the
figure
escape
it out. I
routes.
can't remember. I just know
But you're the one that was there.
Right.
So do something simple. You said you hit her in the head.
Yeah.
What'd you hit her in the head with?
It was a cutting board.
Cutting board?
Yeah, like a wooden log.
Wooden log cutting board. At your house. The one on Hillcrest? So you were just staying up there with pentographs? And that's where this happened at. Was anyone else there?
Earlier there were some
So you
guys
say-
there, but then it was later on in the evening and stuff like that.
So Bobby and Ralph came over there while you were there with her? Had you already had sex with her then?
Yeah, once.
Once.
And then, we were,
So then they came over, they hung out for a little bit with y'all, had some drinks, and then they left.
right.
And then you
So
said
we
y'all
got kind of into a little bit of an argument or whatever, and from drinking and stuff. It just kind of got out of hand.
So I'm thinking cutting board, you're in the kitchen arguing?
I was standing in the kitchen and she was
You had sex in the bedroom, right?
Right. Oh, yeah.
And you said once, so there was a second time. Was it after you hit her?
Yes, it was.
So you hit her, you said it was a fatal blow. She was unconscious at least. So then you had sex with her a second time while she was
Well,
unconscious.
not really sex, but I didn't.
You tried.
We had sex. I did. Then it was like I was couldn't believe what had happened. And I couldn't get her to respond.
So you stopped.
Yeah.
So what did you do then?
I think I just took her down the road.
You think?
I took her down the road
And what?
in my vehicle. And
Which vehicle?
I don't know what I was driving then. I think it was my Ford. I think it was my truck.
The same 150 that you got the ticket down in South Florida.
I don't know if I had that truck down there. That was a company truck.
I know. So you think you had a pickup truck?
Yeah.
Where'd you put it?
Just on the side of the road.
I mean, in the truck. Bed, cab.
Passenger seat.
Did she wake up though? When did,
I checked her pulse and all that stuff, and I was just freaked out.
before or after you left her money?
Before,
How did you eventually kill her?
I think it's strangulation. I don't know, we were getting into it. We had a big fight.
Where was she at when you strangled her? Was it on the place where you brought her to, or was it at the house?
It was at the house.
What'd you use?
Just my hands.
Now, you said that you had sex with her a second time after she was hurt.
I didn't.
I'm just trying to piece together the reason
Right.
you
We
were
were going to have sex again, and we didn't, and we kind of got into it a little bit.
So it was over wanting to have
She
sex.
slapped me, and I don't know, just pissed, and I hit her with it.
There's indications
Cutting board.
that the sex would have happened after she's unconscious too. So did you have sex with her after you hit her?
You said yes.
Yeah,
Right.
I guess, yeah.
So she wasn't a willing
Right, but-
participant in that. But that's what the argument was about that
Right.
led to that.
Second time.
But then you realized she really was unconscious.
Right, and it's like,
So you kind of lost interest at that point, which was kind of annoying.
Yeah.
So I mean, it kind of made me think that maybe the argument was that you wanted sex again and she didn't want to. That led to the argument, that led to her slapping you, that led to you hitting her in the head, and then you had sex with her again. Did the strangulation occur after that sex or before?
Before?
So hit her in the head, she goes out,
Right.
You strangle her.
Right.
right? And then you have sex with her again, at least partially. You try.
Yeah.
You're trying to have sex with her again, you realize oh shit, she's really hurt. Take her out, you put her in the truck, you drive around, and pushed her out and dumped her on the side of the road. Nothing.
Like a bag of trash.
35 años después, el Departamento de Policía de Pensacola resolvía por primera vez un caso tan antiguo. Daniel Wells pagaría el precio por arrebatar la vida a una madre, a una hermana y a un hijo. Pero la historia aún no terminaba de manera trágica. Daniel Wells se quitó la vida en la cárcel unas semanas después. El hijo de Tanya, Timothy, aceptó la búsqueda de la policía entre lágrimas. El asesino de mi madre ha sido capturado. La justicia no siempre llega rápido, pero a veces, incluso la justicia que llega tarde, deja paz para quienes han esperado. Esta era una historia de crimen real donde la ciencia y la paciencia triunfaron juntas, entrelazándose con el dolor humano y la perseverancia. El espíritu de Tanya Ethridge McKinley finalmente podía encontrar paz.